Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Our SoCal Life. Today we are in Pasadena checking out a little thing we heard about, some sort of little flea market here at the Rose Bowl. I don't know if you can see it behind me. So come along and let's see what kind of weird little eccentric deals we can find at this ginormous flea market.
Not a parking deal, that's for sure.
We just got our tickets. Show them the tickets. And interesting little tidbit, when you get your change from your tickets, one of the bills they'll give you is a $2 bill. Isn't that fun? Here we are in front of the Rose Bowl. We've gotten inside and there's a lot of stuff there. Woo! And enthusiastic people too. Check out these cool succulents in this driftwood.
Thank you. How much is this? 75.
Oh look, there's a red.
And if you've ever wanted to know what it's like to be a weaver bird, and you can get one of these. Check out the size of that nipple. It's very quiet in this section.
Like a real antique store.
Yeah, I feel like we should whisper. Should we whisper?
No.
If your dentist uses a chair like that, run. Danger.
I don't know how to take the water.
Interesting little dragon. Check out these vintage Mickey Mouse bones. They do not make furniture like this anymore. Oh my god, it's the Smash Parker Brothers game, Hip Flip!
That game encourages premarital sex. That's why it didn't sell very well.
Or maybe that's why it sold the best. That's a big D. That is a very creepy picture of Yoko Ono. Grudge. Check out these old Victrolas. Oh, that's
Really sweet.
one of the wax,
Yeah, wax ones.
the phonographs. Yeah, the standard phonograph that uses the wax tubes.
For $3.95.
I actually can't get the damn wax tubes anymore. Those are what's expensive.
Sure you can.
Oh look, there's a demo. Wow.
I wouldn't want them out here though.
Well, I mean,
I think it'd be cool to own one of those old Victrolas someday, because they create a sound that you can't really replicate digitally. It's got an ethereal old world feel to it. Here comes the train. Everyone out of the way. Careful, that mermaid's gonna get you. Oh, check out that blood transfusion machine. Thought it was 4. It is a 4 in the sky.
Chemtrails.
Real bugs. That is a creepy looking monster right there.
In Disneyland, they just sell them for $20, I think.
It's called a lemonade.
And they have, you can go on like, you know, you get one of
So look, a bat skeleton. Don't say his name 3 times. Is that the Death's Head moth? Awesome. Okay, everyone, we're back from the flea market at the Rose Bowl. It's a really interesting day. Unfortunately, it got to like over 100 degrees.
It was so hot. It wasn't.
It was supposed to be
that
in like
hot.
the low 90s today, and it just shot up to the hundreds
I
while we
looked
were
like
out
a
there.
weirdo because I was sitting there like fanning myself the entire time, but I also held my hand up like this, fanning whatever hand I wasn't fanning with at the time because I was like sweating between my fingers. I'm not a sweater, but I mean it was like really.
Well, not only was it over
it was
100
very
degrees,
sultry.
the flea market is basically set up in the parking lots surrounding the Rose Bowl. So we were on blacktop in 100-degree heat, which meant it was probably like 120 degrees on the ground. So yeah, it was freaking hot.
And there were old things and bodies everywhere. Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot of circulation in parts of it because they were all intense. So, like, if you got on certain alleyways, you were like with the wind. But if you were the other place, it was blocked. So you were just, it was stagnant.
You were just in the sun, roasting on the asphalt.
I mean, it was still fun.
Yeah, weather aside, there were a lot of interesting things out there. A lot of interesting vendors.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. Probably would have been even more if it hadn't been so hot.
Ugh.
I think the weather kept a lot of people away.
That's crazy.
I mean, because our parking spot was insanely close to the gates.
Yeah, we got right up front.
So, and we got there like an hour after opening. But anyway, but yeah, a lot of interesting things. We mostly gravitated toward the like vintage and antique section. Didn't get a whole lot of video of the things out there because a lot of vendors are very touchy about you filming their things.
I get it for some pieces, like.
Yeah, I get it like
so
for the
many
artists.
of them were like just basically garage sale tables.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? Like, I'm advertising. I mean, no one's going to see it the day of, so it doesn't matter. But like, what?
Yeah.
I can't film this like this plate. I mean, like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was weird.
I mean, yeah, I can understand like the artists not wanting you to photograph or take video of their works because they don't want people then just either like selling it as their own on the internet or just printing off copies and
cafe pressing T-shirts.
Yeah, and then the artist, that's their intellectual property stolen.
Right.
So that I understand, but yeah, like the people who are just selling antiques and stuff, lighten up. Come on, it's not that big a deal. If anything, it's gonna attract more people to the flea market when they see it online.
That's what I don't get about some of this stuff.
And you might actually sell some of it.
Where they're like, don't film. But it's just like, it's free advertising. Like, I mean, I get like at a concert, like, because the music and all that, but like this kind of thing or like a store, like, it's free advertising. Like,
so
how could it hurt? Whatever.
But anyway, aside from that, we did get quite a few interesting shots of some of the more unique items we discovered. In watching the video, discovered that I need to be less of a dick in the mud, and is that inappropriate? Well, anyway, I need to loosen up. We are trying to keep it a little PG-13, but I guess they say that on network television, so
yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
If it's on the CW, then I can say it.
If they say it on Supernatural, we can say it
Then the kids have already heard it and all that good stuff. But yeah, I need to loosen. Like, I think maybe you're right. Maybe you need to pep talk me like, we're here to have fun. Well, let's go out there and have fun. Or ruffle my hair, whatever words I'm supposed to use. Fun! A lot of walking. There's food out there if you go, but it's like worse than mall prices on food. And there were like lemonade stands and stuff, but it was like, was it 8 or 5? It was like $8 or $5.
I wasn't even paying attention to the prices.
It was not cheap.
But I was noticing that like the food that they were offering reminded me a lot of what I remember seeing like at the Texas State Fair. Also, a thing I learned today is nothing makes you feel fat quite like the button on your shorts breaking when you sit down in the car. Because that happened to me on the way home.
You didn't eat anything at the fair, or at the fair. You didn't eat anything.
That had nothing to do with eating. It was just I sat down in the car and the button broke.
I guess we should have stopped by the button booth and gotten you some buttons.
Some more buttons, yeah. We made quite a few little purchases.
But we passed on some.
We passed on
We
some.
behaved
We
ourselves.
did. You don't want to?
No, yes.
What?
Let's show you our
Show
haul.
you things? I keep looking at the view screen instead of the
Ha!
lens.
See? It can happen to
I
anyone.
need to like flip it so we're not distracted by it.
This is a,
Swarovski.
thank you, crystal paperweight. It's Bermuda Blue Pyramid, and depending on your angle of view,
It changes
color because of the
colors.
mirrored base.
Ooh.
This was a particularly good find, and we got it for pretty cheap.
We got it for $10.
It's $10.
Do that.
Just for this one, because I got excited about it. This one retails, like, if you bought it brand new, even today, like on eBay or wherever. And it's from the mid-'80s to early '90s is the vintage of this one.
Which you can tell by the old logo on the
old
bottom.
logo, and it's also engraved on the one of the little corners of the
Oh,
pyramid.
I see it. Yeah, right there.
That's their old
Getting my
logo.
fingerprints all
But
over.
this goes between $200 and $300, depending on if you get it new in box and the demand and stuff. I don't know what the market is like for crystal right now. But,
So yeah, it's amazing the deals you can find at a flea market if you know what to look for.
And this one was actually, this crystal was only released in Canada and overseas. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to think like someone probably took a trip and saw it and brought it home with them.
And it might have ended up in like someone's estate sale.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the people who were, liquidating the estate didn't know what it was, and the vendor we got it from came to his possession, and he didn't know what it was and had it for cheap, and we got it for
it's just
cheaper. So
really the price of something is all about like the demand for it, and to some people that might be worth because of the name and what it is.
Oh yeah.
$200, and to some people it might not be worth more than $10. To some people it's just junk because some
Some people
don't
are like,
care about
it's just a glass paperweight.
It's just a chunk of glass. I don't give a crap. So
Speaking of chunks of glass,
that
brings us to our next find. Okay,
This-
here's a little backstory on this one. Do you want to tell them? Or do you want me to?
it's made of glass.
Okay.
Know what you mean by backstory?
Tim collects antique glass
I collect a
ashtrays.
lot of weird crap.
We don't smoke, but some of these antique glass ashtrays, especially from mid-century last, are very colorful, very unique designs.
It's like you were commenting on the furniture out there. Like they don't make stuff like this anymore.
Yeah, they don't make things, well, especially since smoking is so far out of style.
They don't
People,
make really
even though
awesome
people still
vape
do it.
trays.
It's,
So
yeah. So here we have an orange glass ashtray to add to his collection.
show the people.
Oh my God.
This is not only an ashtray, but as you can see, it has the cigar notch in the middle.
Yes.
And so it is larger than most of
It
these.
is for cigarettes and cigars.
But this is a 60s era Viking glass art ashtray, and I do love glass ashtrays, especially if they're chunky enough that you could kill someone with it. And this one's pretty heavy and huge.
Doubling as a weapon is a prerequisite.
Yeah, but this is actually on the medium to smallish side compared to a lot of the ones I have.
Yes.
But I love the color. I didn't have anything orange, and I love the color, and I like that shape. Anything like the retro kind of ashtrays, just glass art in general, I really
Yes.
like. So.
And then I found at a little like garden sculpture vendor this interesting partial face. What would you call it? A frieze?
Is it a frieze? It's not a relief, right? Because is a relief
I think relief is.
inverse
Yes.
of. Show the people.
I almost dropped it on your ashtray.
How dare! All right. So I want to say it's
It's just a little wall hanging.
it's like a Greco-Roman classical kind of theme to it, but it
Concrete.
almost feels like they modeled it after like the David sculpture.
And I got that for $8.
$8 for that hunk of
$8.
concrete.
I think we saved the best for last. We got permission to film this because it is a piece of art that we bought directly from the artist. The artist is Matt Wilcox, Sticks and Lasers. He does really
and Lasers.
interesting laser on wood
It's kind of pop,
art. A lot of
and
his
then there's some original
there's-
pieces,
yeah,
some
he does
pop art.
He does a lot of his work is his own abstract designs, And then the rest of it are interpretations of pop culture. He had pieces that depicted divine
structures,
scenes from movies like The Shining and Nightmare on Elm Street. Saw a couple of ab-fab ones.
and then interpretive artwork that's original that he has actually done on his own of like figures and things like that.
Yeah.
Just interesting little things.
He's an LA artist.
You can see his work on Instagram
Yes,
under
and
Sticks
lasers.
and Lasers.
Yeah. Without further ado,
I love it so much. The flames by the side of my face, heaving. Oh no, bring it back. Not too much. It spoke to me. I love Madeline Kahn, as so many people do, and I love Clue and that role especially.
Mrs. White.
And it's just, it's iconic. And frankly, I would love to get more of his
we're
art.
definitely going to be.
I really
getting
like
more.
the original stuff, but this one just really spoke to me, and I thought that was his artwork taste and his subjects is very much akin to a lot of the things that.
We
like.
could have easily bought up half his booth.
We could have ruined our.
We could have done an entire wall in his work.
Yeah,
we found so much we like.
Yeah. So.
But we definitely will be getting more, and you can contact him through his Instagram if you find pieces that he has posted that you would like to purchase. Again, if you are in the Southern California area and you've never been to the Rose Bowl Flea Market, it's in Pasadena. It's the second Sunday of every month. It goes from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can get early bird access for an extra ticket cost. It does cost to park, so be sure you bring extra cash.
They really need you to pay for parking hardcore. That was like, I was a little shocked at the parking fees.
Yeah, the parking's $15.
It was $15.
General admission's $9 a person, and the prices go up if you want early admission access, which that's going to be usually your hardcore antique collectors or vintage collectors, but it's definitely worth it. Like I said, bring enough cash for parking, tickets, and purchases. That's a good way to budget too, how much you wind up spending.
Yeah,
when you go to a flea market, if you
take
just
your
stick
cash,
to cash.
stick to your cash.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much what we did, and that worked out really well.
But we hope you enjoyed joining us on this episode of our SoCal Life.
They can't all be waterfalls and scuba diving, which we haven't even done that yet.
No.
If we ever do, but my point being is
maybe snorkeling. Scuba diving takes training and stuff.
that sounds like work.
And math. You have to do math.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So anyway, join us next time. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm at TLB James. He's at TLB Tim. Follow us on Instagram. We're at TLB Show there. And be sure to
like, subscribe,
and share.
Comment and share.
Comment and share. Yes.
All of those things are
Please.
free.
Please.
Please clap.